Washington Heights is a complex in Northwest Jacksonville, also owned by Global Ministries Foundation. In this three-page letter obtained by the Iteam today, we learned the housing score for Washington Heights has dropped nearly 10 points since last year.
That letter came from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, and the agency expresses serious concern over the conditions at Eureka Gardens, Washington Heights, and another property also run by Global Ministries. Tonight, Channel 4's Francesca Amaker joining us live after speaking with Washington Heights residents who showed us how they're living. Francesca, when you told them the housing score dropped, they weren't surprised.
They weren't surprised. They said the score should be even lower. Now, these are just some of the conditions that these people who live in Washington Heights have to deal with on a daily basis. And when I asked the resident, well, what would you rate Washington Heights? They said a 20 out of 100.
Usually I get here at like around 6 or 7, but I got off a little early today.
She's a single mother making an honest living at a fast food chain, working 40 hours a week. She makes $8 an hour, a mother with 5 children. But what should be the least stressful part of her day is often the hardest.
It's always hot in these apartments, always. So there's no central air or anything, and that's another stress. It can aggravate the kids and definitely aggravate me.
And that's just the beginning. Tuesday, News4Jax obtained the December 2015 inspection report from Washington Heights. It barely passed with a score of 60.01, which is 7 points lower than the previous year. One of the major markdowns in the report came in the form of health and safety deficiencies across the site. Inspectors found sharp edges and tripping hazards, issues with smoke detectors and damaged roofs. Dozier is the face of people who wake up in these conditions every single day.
This wood looks bad and it's falling. And inside the cabinet, you can pretty much tell, looking, you can tell that it's going to fall because how the nail, you can see the nail in it.
Dozier says her cabinets have fallen twice, and all she gets are makeshift fixes.
This is a dresser board piece that was made for my bottom piece of my cabinet.
Also in the kitchen was this opening where she says roaches are seen daily. In her bedroom, shared with her children, another opening, this time at the window where ants and wasps crawl in. Then she showed us her bathroom, an area that has frequent mold and was just seen by HUD inspectors last week. In a letter, HUD said they don't believe the property would pass another inspection even today. And Dozier shows us why. All this moves and everything. I told them about that town. That can't be good for a 2-year-old to be living here with that condition.
And then this is the toilet thing that's never seemed to be fixed.
So you continue to put in these work orders, and what happens?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. And again, HUD officials said in the letter they don't expect the property to even pass an inspection. If it was done today, we're told that the owner has until August 1st of this year to replace or repair these major problems. In fact, HUD is demanding that Global Ministries Foundation engage as many contractors as necessary to meet the deadline. Now, coming up at 11 o'clock, I'll take you inside an apartment I first visited 5 months ago and see what little changes have been made. Tom?
I try to let them know about.
Thank you, Francesca.